right now, are the Pats the team to beat in the AFC East?
Of course, they're still the team to beat because, I mean, listen, when you look at the Buffalo Bills, and obviously they had a good year last year, and they're up and coming, but they still have a young dude at the quarterback spot. And if you're the New England Patriots, coached by Bill Belichick, particularly with how elite that defense is, you're going to know how to take advantage of those situations. They'll figure out a way to do it. Until somebody knocks off the Patriots, I'm of the mindset that the personnel that they have on the defensive side of the ball, along with their exceptional coaching, their system, the fact that, Bill Belichick, along with, your offensive coordinator, Josh McDaniels, is still there. I think your money still has to be on them unless either a superstar arrives at the quarterback position for one of the other teams or they get an experienced quarterback at that position. I don't think a young quarterback as good as Josh Allen may ultimately end up being. I just don't believe that that's going to be enough to upend the New England Patriots at this moment in time. They're still the favorites in the AFC East, but it's primarily because the division is so weak.
The team to beat will still be the Patriots by the time the season starts. But maybe that's really the franchise to beat question. The team to beat at this moment, meaning who is the best team as currently constructed, is clearly the Bills. The Patriots lost 4 starters on defense, 2 on offense. The Patriots, one of those starters on offense was their quarterback. The Bills, meantime, traded for Stephon Diggs. They already were making gains on the Patriots, who, as soon as that division ticked up, not only couldn't beat a Miami team they were supposed to beat in order to have a bye in the first round, which they didn't get, they also couldn't win their first-round playoff matchup. So that bye was really important. They failed to win 2 must-win games at the end of the season, and since then have gotten worse on paper, while the Bills, who were nipping at their heels, have ascended. Now, we're talking pre-draft. We're talking pre-training camp, right? So it's the draft and development and figuring out what pieces he needs and then coaching them up and then putting them in the position to win, to have success. When push comes to shove, start of the season, I think the Patriots will be favored. By the way, they are favored right now. The odds makers, even after Tom Brady left, when you look at the over-under for wins, the Patriots are at 9.5. You like the under, you still might think they can win 9 games. That might be enough to do it. You like the over, they're a double-digit win team. This is post-Tom Brady's exodus. So people do have faith in that. But that is faith in Bill Belichick. That's all that is. That's not an examination of the rosters at this moment. By the way, the Bills also have a draft coming up. There will be really good running backs available, likely late in the first, maybe in the second round, like top-of-the-line guys who compare favorably to some very high draft picks in recent years. So they can complement Diggs with maybe another receiver or a dynamic back. On paper, it is the Bills. It is only faith in Belichick that has the odds makers and me and others saying, still the Patriots.
Nah, the Buffalo Bills are the team to beat in that division. Let's go back to last season. Let's go back to the last 2 months of the 2019 NFL season. The Buffalo Bills had a better record than the New England Patriots. They were better on offense. They were better on defense. They had a better scoring margin. As the season went on, one of these teams and organizations started to ascend, and one of these teams and really organizations started to fall off. That's the truth of what happened at the end of last year. And Max, you mentioned the Buffalo Bills not only acquired Stephon Diggs, they acquired in the last 2 seasons 165 catches and 2,100 yards and 15 touchdowns. Now Josh Allen has Stephon Diggs and Cole Beasley and John Brown and Singletary and an improving offensive line. They're only getting better offensively, Buffalo. New England, who struggled last year on offense, lost Philip Dorsett. No, he's not an integral part, but he's still a piece. They have not added any offensive piece. And we're talking about their quarterback situation. Stephen A. mentions, Buffalo still has a young quarterback. Well, New England is either more than likely going into this season with a young quarterback in Jarrett Stidham, who doesn't have a start in his career, or Brian Hoyer, Hoyer's had a remarkable career and a great backup career, but Hoyer's lost his last 13 starts. So
thank you.
The quarterback competition or the quarterback comparison, Buffalo has a massive advantage in. And then defensively, Max, they lost 4 starters for sure, but Van Noy and Jamie Collins. And that's not a shot at Hoyer. That's a fact. I said he had a remarkable career. And so, like, also, New England has the hardest schedule in football next season. The hardest schedule in football. And Max, you mentioned the draft and the player development. Well, they have one draft pick, New England, in the first 80 of the NFL draft this coming year. Like, it's not like they have 5 picks that they can kind of restock the cupboard. So the Buffalo Bills are the team to beat.
Well, I think that when you've got a quarterback that completed 58% of his passes, you got to be mindful of that. I love them when Devin Singletary is in the lineup because obviously when he's been there for them, I think that they look like a completely different team at times offensively. I'll give you credit for that. But, you know, the interesting part about anything that transpires in the AFC East is that you have certain teams that just find a way to lose. The Buffalo Bills ended the season losing 4 of their last 5 games in 3 straight. They lost to New England. They lost to the New York Jets in the season finale before losing to the Houston Texans when they had a lead and they ultimately lost that. We've got to take that into consideration as well. There are certain franchises, even though I'm impressed with the coaching and what have you, there are certain franchises that just give you the impression there's a moment in time for them to capitalize, to grab the bull by the horn, and to take advantage of the opportunity available to them. You got the sense that that was the Buffalo Bills last year, particularly going in to the penultimate game of the regular season when they were going up against the New England Patriots, and they found a way to lose that game by 7 points, and then again ultimately lost to the New York Jets in the regular season finale. When you see stuff like that, particularly coming off of after they had performed in Dallas and beating the Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day, but then to have that momentum and then to collapse, it just gave you the impression that the Buffalo Bills are the same old Buffalo Bills, and until I see differently, that's what I'm going to flow with. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.